Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom lakum. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Right, I'm going to give double honors to the elders and apostles that labored in this truth before me and taught me this truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Right, and I just want to go into just staying sharp in the spirit, man. Staying hungry in the spirit. Right, it's essential that every day you staying hungry. Right, that you going out here and doing this work while you still got the chance to do this work. While you still, there's an old saying, man, you try to get the work done while you still got daylight, right? And right now the sun's still shining on us, but the day of the Lord is a dark day, right? The scriptures talk about the day of the Lord coming as a thief in the night. Let's get there real quick. 2 Thessalonians, I believe. No, it's like 1 Thessalonians 5, right? It says, 1 Thessalonians 5:1 says, but the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, right? And if you diligent in this ministry, you should know what times we in. You should know what's coming, right? You should know that, hey, these are the last days, man. We're at the last seconds on the shot clock. It's time to be grinding more than ever, man. Fasting, praying, studying, doing lessons, man, hitting the highways and byways, doing everything you can to make sure your hands are clean, to make sure you did put your brick in, that you could be honorable to the Most High God, right? That your life that you're supposed to present a living sacrifice is acceptable to the Lord, right? Verse 2, it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Right? So this is what we're supposed to be looking for. Man, a thief can't sneak up on you if you watching for it. Right, and the true men and the women of the Lord are going to be watching for the Lord to come back. They're going to be hastening the day, right? You can have a little bit of success on this side, right? But ultimately, we just want our daily bread, man. There's nothing wrong about going out and get your money, but are you getting that spiritual paper, right? Because at the end of the day, they come in with a system that's going to render this money useless, right? This money, these dollars are going to be completely useless, man. Especially if you ain't got no goddamn microchip in your brain, right? Or in your hand, man. You're not going to be able to spend that money, right? So, hey, we live our life like a pilgrim. Yeah, we can get some paper, but that ain't shit to us, man, right? Hey, it's not about the jewels you got on, man. It's the jewels in your mind, man. The things you can impart into other people, man. The wisdom you can give out and the wisdom you possess, right? That's what it's all about. And we got to be striving every day to make sure that, hey, we gird it up with the wisdom that the world can't, that the world can't receive. Right? Let's get this real quick. Spirit of truth. Right? Oh, damn. Tripping. Right? This is the book of St. John, chapter 14. And I'm starting at verse 11. It says, believe me that I am in the Father and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. Verily, 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 I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. Right? So the Most High God sent his son, and his son, Yahushua HaMashiach, the Messiah, is telling you, hey, man, believe on me. Right? And you going to be able to do these great works. Right? You so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, and you Israelite foreigners, man. The children of Israel, Yasharallah, princes of power, man. We gonna be brought back to that great estate. But it comes with suffering. It comes with laboring, right? It comes with putting in work. You know what I mean? We got to be putting in this work continuously. You got to be hungry for getting the wisdom of the Lord, hungry for salvation, man. And that's an everyday thing, right? You can't win today's game with yesterday's score, man. You got to come out here and put up numbers every day, man. You got to have like Kobe used to talk about that Mamba mentality, man. That's how you got to be, right? You got to be hungry for wisdom, right? And the scriptures talk about, hey, the word going to make you wise unto salvation. So you should be getting into the word daily. You should be praying daily, right? If you can teach daily, right? You need to be on the highways and byways if you're a teacher, man. Ain't enough to just sit behind the computer screen, right? You got to be putting this work in, man. You got to be putting up numbers. You got to have a competitive mindset, man, competitive with yourself, right? You want to beat the yesterday version of you, right? You want to come out, you want to be wiser today. You want to have more understanding today. You want to have more knowledge today, You want to be a better brother today. You want to, you know what I mean? Pray better today. All that things, man. You should be constantly growing and perfecting yourself, right? So that we can be able to do these great works that Yahweh Shai did, man. I'm trying to walk on water, man. I'm trying to be perfect, right? In the new covenant. And we only going to get that in glorified bodies, man. I'm trying to get out of this sinful flesh, and I'm trying to rule on the earth under Yahweh Shai, man. That's what you should be wanting, man. You should be wanting to rule with the Messiah. You should want to see the kingdom of heaven on the first go around, because the kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth, man. It's going to be the greatest kingdom ever, ever, you know what I mean, ever established. Right? Verse 13, it says, and whatsoever you shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments, right? And the commandments is a beautiful thing, right? The commandments is more than just something you can boast in. The commandments gives you discipline. They give you understanding. They give you proper judgment, right? The spirit of the commandments is more important than just following the commandments. Because if you follow in the spirit of the commandments, all of your acts are going to be, you know what I mean, done with wisdom, right? You're not going to do certain shit even though it's not written in the law. The law don't tell you everything, man. Right? You're going to be a cool, calm, and collected. You're not going to be going off on these heathens at work, right? Doing sermons at work. No, man, you're going to bite your tongue, right? Because you know there's a time and place for everything. That's what the scriptures tell us, right? We're going to be moving like King Solomon, like the wise men that we once had in the scriptures, man. We're not going to be moving like a YN. Nah, bro. We're going to handle ourselves much differently. We're going to take care of our business. We're going to be responsible, right? These are all byproducts of the wisdom of the Lord, right? St. John 14:16 says, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you, right? So the Spirit that the elect of Israel have, man, the world can't even fathom what it is, man. They can't even understand the spirit of truth, right? And that's what Yahweh Shai is giving us, man. You know what I mean? If you're following him, if you're watching for him, if you're hastening the day, because the elect ain't gonna be one to live in America, man, or in this world ruled by Esau, Edom at all, man. You know what I'm saying? This world ruled by Esau is hell, right? And you mentally sick if you want to continue to abide in hell, man. Right? In this industrial world where everything's dying, right? The plants, even the earth is mourning with this man Esau Edom under in rulership, right? So, hey, man, you got to have a serious problem if you comfortable living in this kingdom, man. Now, we want to we want to be living in the next kingdom, right? The kingdom of the Messiah, man, of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, right? So 1 Thessalonians 5:2, it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right? But let's get 2 Timothy 2:15, right? It says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, right? And it takes the spirit of truth to rightly divide the word of truth, right? But you got to show yourself approved, man. You got to be diligent. That's essential, man. You got to put in work. The Most High God is a God of production, right? He's not a God of the slothful, right? The Most High God not dealing with slothful people, man. Right? He gonna put a battery in your back to get shit done. Right? This is the book of Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 4. It says, the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg in the harvest and have nothing. Right? So, hey, when the enemy comes in like a flood, if your ass didn't want to plow, you didn't want to go put this work in because for whatever reason, it was too hot. It was too cold. You know, man, I got a good job. I did this. I got that. I don't want to give up this. My girl don't like that. I don't eat pork. My girl want to celebrate birthdays. Oh, no, I want to celebrate this Christmas with my family. Nah, bro. All that shit is excuses, man. Right? For you not to serve the Lord. Right? If you love this world more than you love the Lord, you're not fit for the kingdom, man. You're going to have to die on this side. Right? You're going to eat a nuclear bomb, man. You might die of famine. You might take that mark of the beast and get cancerous sores on you. Right? The Most High God not dealing with sluggers, man. Hey, you can't pit off tomorrow what you need to do today. Right? Tarry not to turn back to the Lord, man. Today is the day. Right? Today is the day to turn back to the Lord, man. Let's get this. This is one of my favorite scriptures right here. 1 Corinthians 9:25, right? It says, every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. Right? And every man, every saint, every man of Israel, man and woman of Israel, right? Every Israelite should be striving for the mastery. Right? We want to have our mind on a whole nother level, our spirit on a whole nother level. So when we maneuver in this world, man, we not like everybody else. Right? There should be a noticeable difference. We shouldn't just be one of these bug outs, over righteous bug outs that want to scream about the law or scream about their heritage all the time. No, man, they should know that we got knowledge on us, right? By the way we operate, by the way we speak, by our conversation. Everything should be different, right? Let me get this. BS. Right? So Sirach. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 32 and verse 8. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue. Right? That's how you should be operating in this world, man. You shouldn't be telling everybody everything you know. You at the job, it's like, hey, black Hispanics, Native Indians, or the Israelites, man. The Esau's the devil. Hey, man, chill your ass out, bro. Oh, Easter's evil. Christmas evil. Nah, bro, there's a time and place for that. Hold your tongue, man. Right? You might be all saying, drop a little nuggets here and there, talk around the situation, man. But hey, if your spirit's on fire to teach, nigga, you should be on the highways and byways. You should be doing videos, right? There's a time and place for everything. Let your conversation be sprinkled with grace, man. Or seasoned with grace. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some salt about you. You got to have some finesse about you. Hey, that's the wisdom of the Israelites, man. That's the wisdom of the Lord, I should say, that he imparted on the Israelites. Right? We got to be able to operate a certain way, man. Let's get this. John 12. Let's see what I wanted out here. Right. Select. So this is the book of St. John, chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 34. It says, the people answered, we have heard out of the law that the Mashiach abideth forever. And how sayest thou, the Son of Man must be lifted up? Who is the Son of Man? And Yahushua said unto them, yet a little while is the light with you. Walk while ye have the light, lest darkness come upon you. For he that walketh in darkness knoweth not whither he goeth. While ye have light, believe in the light, that ye may be the children of light. These things spake Yahushua, and departed, and did hide himself from them. Right? Let me see. That's kind of what I wanted, but okay, John 9:4 says, all right, yeah, this is the book of St. John, chapter 9 and verse 4. It says, this is the Messiah speaking. It says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world, right? And the scriptures also talk about the Israelites being the light of the world, man. You know what I mean? It says, don't hide that light. You know what I mean? A candle, you can't put a candle under a bed, man. You can't hide that light. So, hey, you got to be working to keep your candle lit. You know what I mean? Keep your candle as bright as it can be. You know what I'm saying? So that, hey, your works are spoken of in the heavens, right? That you can be numbered among the saints, right? And we only got a limited time to do this work, man. You ain't got all day, right? The scriptures talk about redeeming the time because the days is wicked, right? We had a short time, man. Every day got to count. I believe there's 1,440 seconds in every day, man. 144, man. 1,440 seconds in every day, man. You got to make the most of every one of those seconds, right? Tithe as much of that time as you can to the Lord, right? To make sure that, hey, you know what I mean? You honor the Lord. That you make sure that, you know what I mean, you're doing the work you can to be in the rulership, to get that crown, man. Right? To stack up those spiritual riches. Right? Let's go here to Proverbs 10. Oh, shit. Proverbs 10 and 1. It says, the Proverbs of Solomon, a wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his of his mother. Right? And you know what I mean? These scriptures is likened unto our mother, right? That's why I talked about getting the milk. You know what I mean? We got to be wise and make the Father proud, Yahweh, right? So that he blesses us and continues to bless us. If you got breath in your lungs and the mind to turn to the Lord, you blessed already, right? But if you if you seek wisdom, you're making him even prouder that he's going to bless you even more, right? Don't be a foolish son that shames the wisdom that the Lord gave you, man. The Most High God looking at you like, damn, bro, I gave you all this wisdom and you moving like a dumbass. We don't want to be that, man. We don't want to be the Sodom's children. We want to be kings. We want to be the eloquent orator, right? We want to be the mighty man, right? We want to be the philosophers of the Lord. That's the things we want to do. We want to, you know what I mean? We want to move in the spirit of our forefathers. You get what I'm saying? Right? Verse 2, it says, treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness deliver from death, right? The ways of this world, the treasures of this world is wickedness, man. You can't take that shit with you, man. And it leads ultimately to the grave, right? But righteousness shall deliver from the second death. Turning back to the Lord shall deliver from the second death, the nuclear fire, right? But if you're short-sighted and you have an Esau mindset, you're like, damn, I want to have my piece of bread on this side, right? You're going to die the death of the uncircumcision, man. Of famine, pestilence, nuclear bombs, and you can think, oh man, it's not gonna happen, right? But that the day that the new normal comes, just like COVID, when COVID came, there was a new normal, right? When Jacob's trouble truly kicks off, it's gonna be a new normal, and it's gonna be too late to seek the Lord because you had your chance, right? Verse 3 says, Yahweh will not suffer the soul of righteous to famine, but he cast away the substance of the wicked, right? When these famines come, you know what I mean? When they start doing, when they bring that mark, that microchip, and you know, food short, you know what I mean? Like it talks about in Revelation in the 6th chapter how paraphrasing, bread is gonna be the price of a daily wage, man. You're not gonna be worried about that shit, man. Right? You're not gonna be tripping off that, because the Most High God will not suffer the soul of righteous to famine. Right? And also spiritually, he's gonna feed you. You know what I mean? You're not going to be desolate no more. As our people have been destroyed by a lack of knowledge, man, the Most High God will give you that knowledge, that wisdom, understanding. Those are things you got to pray for, right? Verse 4 says, he becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. Right? The true riches are what's coming in the kingdom, man. Talking about gold palaces, man. The best yayan, man. The best wine. The best, the best lamb. All that shit, man. Right? The best women. Women, you gonna get to dwell with a king, right? Especially y'all Israelite women, gonna have servants, right? That's what a diligent hand does. That's what someone that's studying to show himself approved. That's someone that's praying to the Lord daily. That's someone that's doing the works of a saint, man, to be numbered amongst the saints, right? Verse 5, he says, he that gathereth in the summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in the harvest is a son that causes shame, right? And we in the summer right now. The scriptures talk about, the Messiah said, the labor is plenty. No, the harvest is plenty, but the laborers is few, right? It's a blessing to be called to come out here and do this labor, to come back to the Lord, man, and add good works onto your resume. Right? But if you're not doing the work in the time of the harvest, your harvest going to be small, man. You wait too late, there ain't going to be nothing else to harvest. Right? You got to plant the seeds at the right time to make sure the harvest is increased. You wait too long to plant the seeds, man, you might not get nothing for the whole summer, right? And you're going to starve in the winter. And that winter is Jacob's trouble, right? When the Lord starts to send out those death angels, man, when the Lord brings chaos upon the earth, man, are you going to be ready? Are you going to have enough stacked up in your spiritual bank account, right? Or is your ass going to go spiritually bankrupt, man? You know what I mean? These are things to think about, right? But don't take too long, man. Hey, today is the day to put that work in, right? And with that, I want to give Call Halal Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai and Kwam Yasharallah.